Ever looked at that leftover onion sprouting on your counter and thought, what if I could just plant this and never buy onions again? Well, what if I told you that right now, in your own kitchen, you're sitting on a mini farm waiting to happen? From green onions that regrow endlessly to lettuce that comes back to life from a single stem, today we're unlocking 10 store-bought vegetables and herbs you can regrow again and again right from your scraps. Hey friends, welcome back to Serene Sprout, the home of green thumbs and peaceful gardens. If you love transforming simple kitchen scraps into living plants, you're in the right place. Around here, we believe nature rewards curiosity, and every vegetable has a second chance if you just know how to give it one. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another moment of garden magic. Join our growing family of eco-lovers and plant dreamers as we learn, grow, and thrive together one sprout at a time. Number 1. Green onions. If there's one plant that practically regrows itself, it's green onions. You could buy one bunch from the store and never have to purchase them again. Just save the white bulbs with their roots still attached. Place them in a clear glass of water so the roots are submerged, and within a few days, you'll notice new green shoots sprouting upward like magic. Keep them by a sunny window and change the water every 2 days. These little guys love freshness. Once they've grown about 6 inches tall, you can harvest what you need and they'll keep regrowing again and again. Here's something most people don't know. If you plant those rooted bulbs in soil after a week of water growth, they'll live much longer and develop a stronger flavor. In the soil, the onions also produce small offshoots, multiplying your harvest naturally without you lifting a finger. It's one of the best beginner-friendly plants to start your regrow journey with. And here's a fun trick. Add a drop of liquid seaweed or a pinch of Epsom salt to their water once a week. It boosts chlorophyll production and helps your greens stay crisp and vibrant. Number 2. Lettuce. Lettuce is one of those vegetables that surprises everyone with how easily it springs back to life. The next time you finish a head of romaine or butter lettuce, don't toss the base. Instead, place that stub in a shallow bowl of water, just enough to cover the bottom, and leave it by a sunny windowsill. Within 2 to 3 days, you'll see tiny green leaves pushing out from the center, a little miracle of regrowth, right before your eyes. After about a week, once the new leaves reach a few inches tall, transfer the base into moist, well-draining soil. That's when the real magic happens. In soil, lettuce grows fuller, crisper, and the flavor deepens because it can absorb more nutrients. You can harvest the outer leaves as they grow, leaving the inner ones to keep developing, giving you a steady supply of fresh salad greens for weeks. Here's something most people don't know. If you lightly mist the leaves every day and avoid direct afternoon sun, you'll prevent bitterness and keep your lettuce tender. You can even grow multiple bases side by side in a shallow pot to create your own mini salad garden indoors. Question for you. Have you ever tried mixing store-bought lettuce bases with hydroponic growing? It's a game changer for faster, cleaner, soil-free growth. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make a video on that next. Number 3. Celery. Celery is one of those vegetables that keeps on giving, and most people have no idea how simple it is to regrow. The next time you chop off the base of your celery bunch, don't throw it away. Instead, place that base in a shallow bowl of warm water, making sure just the bottom is submerged. Keep it on a sunny windowsill, and within 5 to 7 days, you'll see small yellow-green shoots emerging from the center, while roots begin forming at the base. Once those roots look about an inch long, transfer your celery base into rich, moist soil. Water regularly, but don't overdo it. Celery loves dampness, not sogginess. Over the next few weeks, those shoots will thicken and grow into full, crunchy stalks again. You can harvest the outer stalks while allowing the inner ones to keep developing for continuous growth. Here's a tip that most gardeners don't know. Celery grows best when mulched. A thin layer of mulch helps it retain moisture and keeps the stalks from becoming bitter. And if you sprinkle a tiny bit of Epsom salt around the base once every 2 weeks, you'll get smoother, brighter stalks with a more balanced flavor. Number 4. Garlic. Garlic might just be the most rewarding kitchen scrap you'll ever regrow. If you've ever noticed one of your garlic cloves starting to sprout, that's your cue to plant it instead of tossing it. Take a healthy clove, pointy end up, and push it about an inch deep into moist soil. Keep the soil slightly damp, not soaked, and place it somewhere sunny. Within a week or two, a tall green shoot will appear. That's garlic's way of saying it's alive and thriving. Over time, that single clove will multiply underground, forming a brand new bulb made up of several cloves. The key is patience. Garlic takes about 3 to 4 months to fully mature, but you can snip off the green shoots called garlic scapes for cooking long before that. They add a mild, garlicky flavor to stir-fries and soups while encouraging the bulb to grow even bigger underground. For an extra growth boost, mix crushed eggshells or a teaspoon of wood ash into your soil. Garlic loves calcium and potassium. They make your bulbs firmer, juicier, and more aromatic. Quick question for you. Do you prefer harvesting your garlic young for a mild flavor, or do you let it mature fully for that strong, bold kick? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your gardening style. Number 5, ginger. Ginger is one of the most fascinating kitchen crops you can regrow, and it rewards you with an endless supply once you understand its rhythm. All you need is a fresh, plump piece of ginger with visible eyes, those little bumps that look like they might sprout. Soak it in warm water overnight to wake it up, then plant it just beneath the surface of moist, rich soil with the eyes facing upward. Place your pot in a warm, humid spot with indirect sunlight and wait for the magic to happen. Within 2 to 3 weeks, tiny green shoots will start pushing up while roots spread underground. Ginger grows horizontally, not downward, so get a wide pot to stretch. Over a few months, you'll notice the shoots grow taller and the rhizomes thickening below. That's your new ginger forming. Here's a tip that surprises most people. The younger you harvest your ginger, the milder and juicier it tastes. Older ginger develops stronger spice and tougher skin, which makes it better for drying or tea. You can gently dig around the edges of the pot and break off a small piece whenever you need it, and the rest will keep growing. And here's a little engagement moment for you. What's your favorite way to use fresh ginger? Is it in tea, cooking, or maybe skincare? Drop your answer below. I'd love to know how you enjoy this golden root. Number 6, carrots. Carrots are one of those vegetables most people think can't regrow, but the secret lies in the tops, not the roots you eat. When you cut off the leafy head of a carrot about an inch from the top, don't throw it away. Place that stub in a shallow dish of water with the cut side facing up, and within a few days you'll see delicate green leaves emerging from the center. These greens aren't just decorative. They're edible, nutritious, and slightly peppery, perfect for pestos, salads, or garnishing dishes. If you transfer the sprouting top into soil, those leaves will continue to flourish, and over time, the base will thicken slightly. It won't form a brand new, full carrot root, but it will give you continuous leafy harvests and make an excellent companion plant that attracts beneficial insects. For kids or beginners, it's a fun way to visualize regrowth and photosynthesis in action. Here's a cool fact. If you use organic carrots, the chances of sprouting success nearly double because they haven't been treated with growth inhibitors. And for a small nutrient boost, try adding a teaspoon of honey to the water. It encourages stronger root regeneration naturally. Now pause for a second if you're enjoying how easy these regrow hacks are. Imagine what we could create together as you keep learning. Make sure to hit that like button if you've learned something new so far, and subscribe to Serene Sprout if you haven't already. We share weekly garden secrets, simple experiments, and natural hacks that turn your kitchen scraps into lush, living food. Also, drop an emoji in the comments if you've tried any of these regrowing methods. I'll be checking them out and replying to a few of your setups personally in the next video. Number 7, basil. Basil is one of those herbs that seems almost magical in how easily it comes back to life. The next time you buy a fresh bunch from the store, pick a few healthy stems around 4 to 6 inches long and remove the leaf from the lower half. Place the stems in a glass of clean water, making sure no leaves are submerged, and set it on a bright windowsill. Within 5 to 7 days, you'll start to see tiny white roots forming from the nodes. That's your cue that a new life is beginning. Once those roots reach about 2 inches long, Transfer the stems gently into soil. Keep it moist, not soggy, and give it lots of sunlight. Basil adores warmth. Within 2 to 3 weeks, you'll have a thriving basil plant that's ready for your pastas, teas, and garnishes. The best part? You can keep trimming the top leaves, and every cut encourages the plant to grow bushier and more abundant. Here's something most gardeners don't realize. If you pinch off the flower buds as soon as they appear, your basil plant can last for months longer and stay lush instead of turning bitter. And if you water it once in a while with cooled rice water or banana peel soak, you'll boost its magnesium and potassium levels, leading to more aromatic, flavorful leaves. Let's make this fun. What's your favorite way to use fresh basil? Drop your answer in the comments. I love hearing how each of you brings a bit of green goodness into your kitchens. Number 8, potatoes. Potatoes are one of the most satisfying and practical vegetables to regrow, and you don't need a fancy garden to do it. Just one store-bought potato can give you a whole basket of new ones if you treat it right. Look for a potato that already has a few eyes, those small bumps where sprouts form. Cut it into chunks, making sure each piece has at least 1 or 2 eyes, then let them sit in a cool, dry spot for a day or two to form a protective skin. Once they've dried a bit, plant those pieces a few inches deep in a loose, rich soil with the eyes facing upward. Keep the soil moist and watch for shoots to appear in about 2 weeks. As the plant grows taller, gently piles more soil around its base. This process is called hilling, and it helps the plant produce more tubers underground. Within 8 to 10 weeks, you'll start to see the plant flower. That's your signal that potatoes are forming below. And for a natural growth booster, sprinkle crushed eggshells or used coffee grounds around your potato plants. It adds calcium and repels pests naturally with no chemicals needed. Let's make it interactive. Have you ever tried growing potatoes in a bag, bucket, or even an old sack? It's one of the easiest space-saving methods, and I'd love to know which setup you prefer in your garden. Number 9, mint. Mint is one of those herbs that practically grows itself once you get started, and that's both a blessing and a challenge. To regrow mint, all you need is a few healthy stems from your store-bought bunch. Cut them about 5 to 6 inches long, strip off the leaves from the bottom half, and place the stems in a glass of water. Make sure only the bare stems are submerged, and keep it in a bright, indirect light spot. Within a week, fine white roots will start forming at the nodes that your mint's saying, "I'm ready to grow." Once the roots are about 2 inches long, transfer your stems into a pot of rich, moist soil. Mint loves moisture and sunlight, but not harsh heat. Water it regularly, and before long, you'll have a lush, fragrant mini forest of mint ready to flavor your teas, desserts, and even repel insects naturally. Here's something most people don't realize. Mint gives off natural compounds that deter pests like ants, mosquitoes, and even rodents. Planting it around your garden or kitchen windows can act like a living shield. However, mint is a vigorous grower. It spreads fast and can take over other plants if you're not careful. Keeping it in a container is the best way to enjoy it without letting it run wild. What do you mostly use your mint for? Herbal tea, skincare, or maybe homemade drinks? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to see the creative ways you all use your homegrown mint. Number 10, tomatoes. Tomatoes are one of the easiest and most rewarding plants to regrow from store-bought produce, and they'll give you endless fruit if you nurture them right. Take a ripe tomato, slice it into about 1/4 inch thick rounds, and lay those slices directly into a small pot of soil. Lightly cover them with more soil, just enough to keep them moist, but not buried too deep. Within 7 to 10 days, you'll notice tiny seedlings pushing through the surface, each one holding the potential to become a full tomato plant. Once the seedlings are about 3 inches tall, gently thin them out by transplanting the healthiest ones into separate pots or garden beds. Tomatoes love sunlight at least 6 hours a day, and they grow best in warm, well-drained soil. Make sure to water deeply but infrequently, allowing the soil to dry slightly between sessions to encourage strong roots. You can also regrow tomatoes from the seeds themselves. Just rinse them, dry them, and start them in seed trays indoors before moving them outside. It's a slower method, but it lets you grow specific varieties you love. Now for my favorite tip. Prune the lower leaves once your tomato starts flowering. This helps airflow, reduces disease, and pushes the plant to focus energy on fruiting instead of extra foliage. And there you have it, 10 incredible store-bought vegetables and herbs you can regrow right from your kitchen scraps. Isn't it amazing how much life hides in what we usually throw away? From your green onions that just keep coming back to your homegrown tomatoes bursting with flavor, these simple regrow hacks prove that anyone, and I mean anyone, can turn a tiny space into a thriving little garden. If this video inspired you even a little, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps more nature lovers find our Serene Sprout family. And if you haven't already, subscribe and tap that notification bell so you never miss another gardening tip, regrow experiment, or sustainable living secret. Thanks for spending your time here with me at Serene Sprout, where every day we learn to grow greener, live slower, and bloom brighter.